If you're a Filipino planning to visit South Korea, pero ayaw mong pumunta all the way to Manila just to submit your Korean visa application, may another way na ngayon. You can apply for a Korean tourist visa through W Express, and that's exactly what I did. So in today's video, I'm going to share my actual experience from preparing my documents, submitting through W Express, tracking my application, how much I paid, how long did I wait until I got my passport back, and how the Korean visa looks like. And just to be clear from the beginning, this video is not sponsored by W Express. I'm simply sharing my personal experience because I know a lot of Filipinos are still confused about Korean visa application process. So, if you're planning to apply for a Korean tourist visa in 2026, especially if you're considering applying through W Express, stay until the end because I'll share some tips that I think can help you avoid unnecessary problems. Hi everyone, my name is Amiel and welcome back to Panda Family Travels. I've traveled to 32 countries across Asia, Europe, and Africa, and in this channel, I share travel experiences, visa applications, itineraries, costs, and tips that I personally find very useful. So let's start! First things first, if you're a regular Filipino passport holder planning to visit South Korea mainland as a tourist, you generally need to apply for a tourist visa before your trip. The visa we're talking about in this video is the C39 Short-Term Visit Tourist Visa. And there are different ways to submit your application. You can submit through the Korea Visa Application Center through designated agencies where applicable. And this is what we're focusing on today through the authorized mail service using W Express. The Korean Embassy announced that Filipino applicants for the C39 tourist visa can submit their applications through W Express and the service is available nationwide. That's actually very convenient if you're living outside Metro Manila. For example, instead of traveling to Manila just to submit your documents, you can go to a W Express branch near you and send your application from there. So convenient, right? So why did I choose W Express? For me, the biggest advantage is convenience. If you don't live near Metro Manila, traveling just to submit a visa application can already mean additional expenses. You have to pay for your transportation. You have to pay for your food, possibly an accommodation, and of course, your time. With W Express, you basically prepare your documents at home, double-check everything, then bring your application to a W Express branch that accepts the Korean visa application service. From there, your documents are forwarded to the Korean visa application center. So for me, it's much easier. But remember, W Express is only handling the courier or the mail submission service. They are not the ones deciding whether the Korean visa will be approved or denied. The visa decision is still made by the Korean authorities. So please, don't think that paying W Express fee means that you're paying for approval. There's no guaranteed approval. Now, let's talk about the most important part, the documents. This is where you really need to pay attention. The requirements can change, so please don't simply copy a checklist from an old YouTube video or TikTok post. Even if the video was uploaded only a few months ago, visa requirements can change. For my application, I prepared the documents based on the official Korean visa requirements applicable to my situation. Anyway, I have added all the important links on the description below. Official links from KVAC and W Express para hindi na kayo mahirapan pa. Ganyan ko kayo ka-loves etches. So, somewhere on the screen, I will put all the links kung saan ko man dyan ilagay. Kung ano yung mga links na makikita nyo sa baba. Okay? Yan. Dyan yan. Generally, you'll need things such as first, your Korean visa application form. Make sure everything is filled out correctly and consistently. Type written, printed, and signed. Guys, very important. I don't know if sa branch lang dito yan sa Bataan ha. Maigpit sila, they did not accept my signature in blue ink. Kailangan daw black ink. Black ink na lang yung gamitin nyo for signing para hindi na kayo ma-hassle sa part na yan. Your travel dates should make sense. Your purpose of travel should be clear, and don't leave information inconsistent between your application form and your supporting documents. Second is your passport and the required passport copies. Make sure that your passport is valid, in good condition, and having at least 2 blank visa pages. Third is your passport size photograph. Don't assume that any passport photo will work. Cora Bells lang ako dito sa photo studio malapit sa amin, and I mentioned for a Korean visa, alam na nila yon. Though, same lang ang ginamit ko for Japan and Korean visa na photo. Kasi latest naman yun within the last 6 months. So, in-accept naman nila. So, medyo similar lang siguro yung specs for Japan and Korean visa photo. Fourth is the proof of financial capacity if required for your application category. And this is important because financial requirements and exemptions can change. The Korean embassy has also introduced specific documents simplifications for certain qualified applicants. So, don't automatically assume that everyone has exactly the same checklist. So, you can find the checklist below as mentioned earlier. Fifth is your employment or source of income documents, depending on your situation. If you're employed, you generally need an employment-related proof like a COE. And if you're self-employed, the documents can be different. And if you're unemployed, don't simply copy the requirements of the employed applicant. You need to explain your situation properly and provide whatever supporting documents are applicable to you. During the time of application, I was unemployed, so gumawa ako ng cover letter. Guys, I will put the link of my Japan visa application sa description kasi mas na-explain ko doon about my cover letter. In-explain ko paano ako nakapag-secure ng visa as a first-time applicant and unemployed. Andun yung step-by-step details. So, very similar lang naman sila with Korean visa. Watch nyo na lang doon. Iniba ko lang yung, of course, places na pupuntahan. Minention ko yung purpose ko is same as tourism. And finally, your travel-related documents depending on the current checklist and your circumstances. Example, your itinerary and other supporting documents may help establish your purpose of your trip. Gumawa rin ako niyan. Here's something I've learned from applying visas. Sometimes people think the more documents I submit, the better. But it's not necessary. Your goal isn't to submit a mountain of random documents. Your goal is to submit a clear, consistent, and credible application. Think of your application as one story. Who are you? Why are you going to Korea? How long are you staying? Who's paying for the trip? What do you do for a living? And most importantly, do your documents support the information you're providing? For example, if your application says you're traveling for 7 days, your itinerary should make sense for 7 days. And if you're paying for your own trip, your financial documents should support that. If something in your situation is unusual, don't try to hide it, but explain it properly. Now, let's talk about the actual process. Once I had all the documents ready, I went to W Express branch in Balanga. This is the nearest one that's processing in Bataan. Before going there, I strongly recommend that you check the latest instructions and make sure that the branch you're going to can accept the Korean visa application. Don't just assume that every branch will handle every type of visa application. Tumawag muna ako sa kanila to confirm bago ako pumunta sa branch near me. Bring your complete application. I also recommend organizing everything properly. Don't arrive at the counter with papers everywhere. Put your documents in the order required by the current checklist, which is in the link below as well. That makes the checking process much easier. At the branch, the documents will be checked according to the procedure for the Korean visa mail application. Then, you will pay the applicable fees. If you're planning to submit your documents later this month, note that KVAC has officially announced a nationwide price hike starting August 25, 2026. The KVAC processing fee will increase from 900 to 1,000 pesos. This means that your total layout at a local W Express branch will increase to 2,000 pesos per person for submissions. And keep your receipt. Seriously, keep your receipt and tracking information until you receive your passport back. Good news kasi, matatrack mo siya online, unlike Japan and Chinese visa. Makikita mo na straight away sa website if approved or denied ka. Super cool, di ba? Dalawang website yung ginamit ko for tracking. W Express para sa courier services, and then once ma-receive na ng KBAC, via Korean Visa Portal. Sundin mo lang yung step-by-step na to for your Korean Visa application tracking. Ayan. So the link is also in the description below. Now, let's talk about the question everyone wants to know. How many days before I get my passport? This is where you have to be careful with older YouTube videos. The processing times have changed several times. So as of June 15, 2026, the Korean Visa Embassy announced that the processing period for short-term visit C3 visas was adjusted to 10 working days. But remember, that's the visa processing period. The W Express mail service also involves delivery time. So don't book a trip assuming 10 working days exactly guaranteed. Visa processing can change and additional time can be needed for courier delivery or other circumstances. My advice, apply early. Don't apply 1 or 2 weeks before your flight and expect everything to work perfectly. Give yourself a comfortable buffer because the last thing you want is to have a confirmed flight to Korea while your passport is still under processing. So guys, I'm gonna share you my timeline. Ang expected travel date ko is June 15, 2026. Actually, to Japan siya, but from Japan, I will fly to Korea on June 22. Pero kinonsider ko yung June 15, okay? Then, nag-apply ako ng April 28, 2026. 1.5 month before yung expected flight ko. Na-receive ng KVAC yung application ko the next day, which is April 29, 2026. Then, kapag ka-chinek mo yung status ng application mo, makikita mo na under process siya from April 29, 2026 hanggang May 26, 2026. So, almost a month. Midday nung May 2026. Nakita ko na kasi daily ko talaga siya chinecheck nung, lalo na nung medyo malapit na yung trip. So, daily ko na siyang chinecheck. Tapos, nakita ko nga na May 26, 2026 na available na yung visa. Available yung visa, meaning approved. Papakita ko sa screenshot kung how does it look like. Then, I received my passport May 30, 2026. It's 32 days from the date of my application na April 28, 2026. Yes, and this is probably one of the biggest advantages of this option. The Korean Embassy mail application announcement says that the service is available nationwide with W Express as the assigned courier for this application. So if you're from Bataan, Pampanga, Batangas, Cebu, Davao, or another part of the Philippines, this can potentially save you a trip to Metro Manila. But again, always verify the latest procedure and participating branch before you go, because the important thing is not just may W Express branch ba near me? The real question is, can this branch accept my Korean visa application under the current procedure? After your application is accepted and forwarded, the waiting game begins. And honestly, this is probably the most stressful part because once you've submitted your documents, you can't really do much except wait for the result. That's why I recommend that you don't constantly panic and assume everything is wrong just because you haven't received your passport yet. Follow the tracking information and the official instructions. And remember, processing time is not the same as approval time. A longer wait doesn't automatically mean you're rejected, and a shorter wait doesn't automatically mean you're approved. Now, let's talk about some practical tip. Number 1, most important, don't lie. This should be obvious, but I have to say it. Don't manufacture documents. Don't change information just because you think the Korean embassy will like it better. Don't copy somebody else's application. Your application should represent your actual situation. Number 2, as I have been mentioning over and over, make your application consistent. Your application form, itinerary, financial documents, employment documents, and other supporting documents should tell the same story. Number 3, explain the unusual circumstances. If you're unemployed, self-employed, recently changed jobs, have unusual financial activity, or have another situation that may require context, don't simply leave the visa officer guessing. Provide a clear, truthful explanation wherever appropriate. This is where you need need the cover letter. Don't buy your flight too early just because you're excited. Personally, I would rather prepare the visa properly first than rush the application because I already booked a non-refundable flight. Number 5, always check the official source. This is probably the most important tip on this entire video. Visa requirements can change, fees can change, processing time can change, procedures can change. So if you're watching this video months after I uploaded it, please don't assume that every detail is still exactly the same. Use this video as a guide to understand the process, but verify the current requirements before submitting. For me, yes, especially if convenience is important to you. If you live far from Metro Manila and the ability to submit your Korean tourist visa application through W Express can save you time, transportation costs, and effort. But if you live close to KVAC and prefer to submit personally, you may choose another submission method depending on your current rules. For me, the biggest advantage of W Express is simply I can prepare everything at home, go to the courier, submit the application, and wait for my passport to come back. Very straightforward. But again, W Express is not a visa agency that can guarantee approval. They're the courier service handling the mail submission. The final visa decision is still up to the Korean authorities. So before you apply, here's my simple checklist. Check the current visa requirements. Prepare your application form carefully. Check your passport and photo. Prepare the financial employment documents applicable to your situation. Organize your documents. Check the W Express branch and current submission procedure. Prepare the applicable fees. Keep your receipt and tracking information. And most importantly, guys, apply early. Don't wait for the last minute. So here is the sample of my Korean visa. Hindi siya passport sticker. It's a separate PDF file na ipiprint mo. You can see it anytime sa internet on their official website. Once ma-receive mo yung passport mo, passport lang talaga siya. Hindi man lang talaga nila pinrint yung visa at nilagay doon. Talagang ako pa talaga yung nagprint. So makikita nyo dyan, I was granted 59 days pero single entry lang siya. Nag-attempt pala ako ng multiple entry pero hindi ako nag-grant straight away. Siguro dahil first time applicant ako or maybe because I'm unemployed. Anyway, thankful pa rin ako at nag-grant ako na makatravel sa Korea. Validity is 3 months lang. Kailangan makapasok ka sa Korea within the period, otherwise invalid na yung visa mo. So, that's my experience applying for Korean tourist visa through W Express. I hope this video gives you a better idea of what to expect if you're a Filipino planning to visit South Korea. And again, this is not sponsored by W Express. I'm sharing this because I personally went through the process and I know how confusing visa process can be, especially when you're seeing different information online. If this video helped you, please consider giving a thumbs up, subscribe to Panda Family Travels, and hit the notification bell because I'll be sharing more visa guides, travel experiences, itineraries, and practical travel tips for Filipinos and can be applicable also for other nationalities. And if you've recently applied for a Korean visa through W Express, share your experience in the comments. Tell us, when did you apply, how long did it take, and were you approved? Your experience might actually help other Filipinos who's preparing their visa application. Thank you so much for watching. This is Amiel from Panda Family Travels and I'll see you on the next adventure. Annyeong!